It is a great pleasure and a deep honor to join those who have stood before me today in saying officially welcome to the Ohio Wesleyan University class of 2014. Your arrival today marks the culmination of your search for the place that you believe is best suited to helping you meet your highest aspirations and pursue your deepest passions. At the same time, you are here today because you have been chosen carefully by Ohio Wesleyan. Our admission committee reviewed carefully your academic accomplishments, your record of leadership and service, your self-understanding demonstrated in your written work, and your hopes and dreams for the next 4 years and for the life that you will live beyond your years on this campus. Your arrival today represents the fulfillment of dreams shared by your families, your classmates, and this university. We are thrilled that you are here. Today you gather in this warm but historic chapel where tens of thousands of OWU students have gathered for more than a century. You take your place today in seats previously occupied by students who went on to become members of Congress, Nobel laureates, Pulitzer Prize winners, CEOs of multinational corporations, trailblazing scientists, accomplished actors on screen and stage, educators, religious leaders, public servants, and volunteers. The faculty seated before you continue the tradition of excellence in scholarship and passion for teaching that has characterized the OWU faculty from its beginning. If you could see outside the windows of this chapel, you could see 4 buildings, which, like this building, date from the 19th century. These buildings bear the names of our founders, and together they give witness to the longevity of our mission and the relevance of our purpose. While the buildings echo our distant past, you arrive at OWU in one of the most dynamic times in our recent history. Over the past year, our faculty worked diligently to develop new initiatives in our curriculum, some of which will be piloted in the coming year, and from which you will benefit over the next 4 years. Some of you will have the opportunity to participate in a first-year seminar, OWU Connections, for the first time here. Some of you may enroll in a course that travels to Bangladesh to study microfinance, or to Mexico to study ethnobotany, or to Italy to study public health, or to Japan to study depictions of war in literature, film, and culture. Some of you may already be thinking about applying for a grant to fund study travel experiences that connect theory to practice. Over the past 4 months, OWU students have traveled and studied in 30 countries on 5 continents. Their studies, among others, have included the ecology of Bolivia, delivery of health care in rural South Africa, and the effectiveness of NATO policies in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Other students participated in the Summer Science Research Program here on campus, while others spent their summers in internships across the country and around the world. All of these experiences reflect the OWU commitment to prepare global leaders for a global society with a curriculum that connects theory to practice in a global context. Your first days on campus will be marked by a time of orientation that has been planned by students. Our students this year developed the orientation theme, Discover Yourself, Explore OWU. Your time at OWU will be a journey of self-discovery through a curriculum that is designed to be tailored to your individual interests and to your particular passions. When a student says she wants to double major in English and astrophysics while completing a study of ancient art along the way, our faculty and the student work together to find a way for her to pursue her passion and to fulfill her dream. As an introduction to OWU, our student orientation leaders have given particular attention to 4 words drawn from our mission statement that you find on the logo on the orientation t-shirt and other materials. I would like to think with you for a few minutes about each of these 4 words. Community. Your enrollment here brings you into the life of a community. Here at OWU, we value the individuality of each person, but we also understand that we form a community that is bound together by a particular story. In a community, we care for one another. We celebrate with one another. We learn from one another. We have fun with one another. And we hold one another accountable. In a community, we share a common language, reflected here by such terms as the jaywalk, the sulfur spring, and the battling bishop. A community is marked by shared values. Those shared values in this community are reflected in the other 3 words selected by the orientation leaders. First, diversity. Here at OWU, we celebrate diversity and we embrace differences. We are proud of the fact that more than 10% of you come from outside of the United States, and that more than 15% of you are domestic students of multicultural backgrounds. We embrace the opportunity to learn from one another and to understand the many life journeys and worldviews that are represented in our student body. You will be required to take a course in cultural diversity. You will have the opportunity to study and travel abroad. I encourage you to take time to get to know people whose life experiences are different from your own, to understand individuals whose political perspectives differ dramatically from those with which you have arrived today. Scholarship. We are at the core a community of scholars. We are dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, and we value above all else the opportunity to engage in the free exchange of ideas. We encourage you to ask deep questions and to be relentless in your pursuit of understanding. Test new ideas. Try new ways of thinking. Discipline yourself to be bold and daring. Take courses in disciplines you thought you would never study. Enjoy the thrill of discovery, and don't be frustrated by failed efforts. Take risks, test boundaries, celebrate curiosity, embrace the life of the mind, and thrive in the world of the scholar. Service. Few colleges and universities have a passion for service greater than the one you will find at OWU. 50 years ago, Senator John F. Kennedy announced in a campaign speech his intention, if elected president, to establish the Peace Corps. Half a century later, Ohio Wesleyan is recognized as one of the leading providers of graduates who have joined the Peace Corps,